Kansas City from the Big Ten. The big guys, heavyweight final here in the Big Ten. #1 ranked in the country in the top seed. Undefeated Greg Kerkvliet of Penn State. And Nick Feldman, the redshirt freshman for the Buckeyes. Greg Kerkvliet from Inver Grove Heights, Minnesota. 4-time state champion from Simile. And he is set to toe the Resolites.
Your #1 seed representing Penn State, Greg His opponent, the #2 seed from the Ohio State University, Nick Feldman.
Very fitting that Greg Kerkvliet and Nick Feldman step onto the mat to some Enter Sandman by Metallica. Their path to this heavyweight final. Kerkvliet over Yaroslav Slabakovsky of Rutgers, a shutout 9-0. And Nick Feldman for the second time this season defeats All-American Lucas Davison 8-6. Kerkvliet and Feldman here for the heavyweight title of the Big Ten.
I guess, Shane, if there's anyone that can take Sandman from Mariano Rivera, I'll give it to Kerkvliet.
Guys, I was impressed with Nick Feldman in that semifinal match here. Lucas Davison, was that big, huge emotional win, as a freshman going against him. And now you've got a takedown there for against Kerkvliet.
Might that be the first of the year?
I believe it is the first time.
This guy, Kerkvliet's got to go ahead and answer and wrestle now. This is not going to be a coronation. But the work he did in the semifinals there to back up a win against an All-American like Davison, the dual meet's one thing in the Cavelli Center, but this was another effort here in the Big Ten semis.
These two Mets in the dual meet this season, early February, it was 12-0 Kerkvliet's, the major decision. Kerkvliet 14-0, 11 bonus point victories. Feldman, this guy can score. 24 victories, 12 tech falls at heavyweight for this young Buckeye.
And I've talked about it before, but just the fact that he's on the mat, he's coming back from a major neck injury, a major surgery, had him off the mat for over a year, and didn't get to develop his true freshman year at Ohio State because of that. And the fact that he is here is a testament to his not only work ethic, but just, the doctors and everybody that did such a great job.
Right there, little waving single leg attempt here. Got to try to cover the fingers here and get out. He makes the turn. Kerkvliet dives back in on a double leg, drives right through. That was powerful.
That play shook the Xfinity Center. Kerkvliet's 4 unanswered. He's got his first lead 4-3, and this is where he is almost impossible to escape from. He is a mountain on top.
Well, you got to respect the freshman going out there and hitting his, hit the little swing single there,
It's
trying
just
to go ahead and add to his lead. This is just not the same level. Wrestling a big dude like this, and at 12-0, a previous match, that tells you that there was a ton of riding time and tilts. So.
Greg Kerkvliet, 3-time All-American. He was 7th in 2021. Then he was 4th the following year. And then last year, Big Ten runner-up to Mason Paris. Fell to that Wolverine in the national final as well. Kerkvliet at the Big Tens has gone 4th, 3rd, and 2nd. Can he make that final step this afternoon here in College Park and get that Big Ten title? He's in good shape with riding time over a minute, leading 4-3, short time, 20 ticks in the first. Feldman head down. Tough place to be for Ohio State's Nick Feldman.
Well, just
red, green.
Stall call on Kerkvliet.
Both guys got to work for points in those positions. Both guys keep working.
Feldman's just not going to get many feels like this in high school.
Put 4 guys on you.
Yeah,
that's the feel.
Yeah, in 10 sacks of sand.
Kerkvliet finishes the period on top.
Break.
Both guys with a takedown in the opening frame.
Well, let's look at the first one. That was really impressive little effort right there. Just sprawling,
Red,
getting to a corner here, dropping back below
down.
the knees there, collects the points there. I like to call that calf roping there. And here's the effort here.
Both have a warning.
I thought
Bottom set,
that
top cover.
Feldman was all the way out here, and then that drive in.
There's Greg Kerkvliet, father of the Nittany Lion heavyweight, who
One
quickly
escape.
escapes in the second period and adds to his lead 5-3. Kerkvliet wrestled for Minnesota All-American Will Short at Simley High School. Feldman from Quarryville, Pennsylvania. Melbourne Prep is where he wrestled. Prep national champ.
Quick little elbow pass right there. Trying to get the far leg. Kerkvliet, good reactions by both guys. These are quick wrestlers here. Straight on shot right there. Notice how he's jumping to the hamstring right there. Does a great job of covering. And you know, when you're in that situation, you want to try to run him down and put more pressure on his hips, and you can run faster behind him than he can going forward here with that much weight on it.
Great execution from Greg Kerkvliet. Second period.
And this is what's going to be so tough for everybody in the national tournament, is when he decides to put it on top of you right there. And in wrestling, weight is really misleading, okay? Everybody's at the same weight class, particularly at the heavyweight. You get a little bit, you know, okay, we know that he's close to 250, 58 pounds, whatever. Whatever that number is, 248.
Come on, guys.
Kerkvliet knows how to make himself heavier.
Go ahead, Red, get set.
With the techniques he's using,
And the long arms he has,
yeah.
it's
and the laces up, you know, the shoelaces
Work
up
harder
here,
for
we
points,
can really
gentlemen.
drive
Bottom
on
set,
you.
top
So
cover.
much in the top position is moving your feet.
He's in his 5th year. He does have another year available if he so chooses.
Yeah,
I'd love to see him back for another year.
yeah. That 21 and 22 were his 2 freshman years, the COVID wrestler, and you're right. Back in a Nittany Lion singlet next year.
Feldman down on his belly. See that pressure from Kerkvliet?
We're good, we're good.
So strong and powerful. Has that wrist. Riding time approaching 3 minutes as the second period
Right.
comes to a close.
Red, your
And I
choice.
talk about being able to do look at this action right here. Feldman
going
comes
red.
out.
Neutral.
Watch Kerkvliet
Neutral.
leave his feet, right? His feet are off. Very little weight on his knees. All the weight is on top of him, and Dad likes that.
Starting neutral to begin this third period. No surprise, Feldman. He's not going underneath Kerkvliet again. Not by choice anyways. See the team scores. Ohio State has taken over 5th place.
Break that grip.
Riding time locked up for Kerkvliet. He's in bonus points territory.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of reading Feldman. He knows that he's got to come on offense right now. He's ready to react to that. Circles back in. Now, if you're the young buck here, you just got to you got to go, right? You just, what's that old line? If you're any kind of man and the guy's standing up and giving you his leg, you got to shoot.
And you said young
And you
buck.
are full of them tonight, Jim.
I'm full of it. Everybody knows that.
You mentioned young
like
buck. It's appropriate because we saw Jesse Mendez earlier win, and of course Feldman, number 1, number 2 ranked wrestlers in the 2022 number 1 recruiting class for Tom Ryan. 6 of those 7 that came out, the big 7, were in the lineup this year. 1, Mendez being a sophomore, the others all redshirt freshmen. Youngest team in the Big Ten, Ohio State Buckeyes. They are the Young Bucks.
A lot of young talents in Columbus. As I mentioned, Kerkvliet's been 4th, 3rd, and 2nd. And he will make that final step to the top of the podium, 9-3. Greg Kerkvliet remains undefeated, and he's got himself a Big Ten crown. See the emotion from his dad. As I said, nobody does it alone. Friends, family, coaches, training partners, it takes an army.
He's overcome a lot from that first season that he had where he was down to about 220 pounds, went out there and wrestled anyway and became an All-American.
Penn State with 5 Big Ten champions. There with his head coach, Cale Sanderson, who has guided the Nittany Lions to their 8th Big Ten title as a team. Proud father moments. Greg Kerkvliet. He knows what's gone into this journey. Let's send it down to Hannah with the Big Ten heavyweight champ.
Greg, it's been a journey for you to get to the top of this podium, but how important was that journey on the way to being at the top today?
It feels really good. I mean, I feel like I've grown a lot this tournament. Like, not in wrestling. I mean, wrestling doesn't mean a whole lot, but just kind of like in my faith, like renewing my faith, knowing what it means to like realize that none of this really matters because you can't really take it with you.
What moment particularly over the weekend made you feel that way?
Every trip that we travel this year, I have a great roommate in Aaron Brooks, who, I mean, he helps me with that journey. I mean, he's a great role model for a lot of guys on the team, and for me as well.
What's it going to mean to finish the job for both of you and the rest of your team who were in the finals today at the national tournament?
I mean, no matter what happens, it doesn't really matter. We're going to go out there, give glory to God, and give it our best effort. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. We'll be watching, Greg. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Shane?